In this video, I'll be talking about conditions with cold water, let's say water temperatures under 15 degrees Celsius, and in those conditions, a dry suit, or at least a wetsuit of proper thickness, is indicated for being safe in the water. At a later point, I'll create more videos about warmer conditions where other types of clothing might be relevant. Obviously, the colder the water, the more protected you want to be. And before you go out on any paddling trip, you should always check forecasts for weather, air temperatures, wind, any changes expected during your paddle, and be aware of current water temperature and adjust your clothing accordingly. Before we go into clothing for different parts of your body, dry suit or wet suit, reinforcement clothes and spare clothes, it's always a good thing to reiterate the basic principle. Dress for immersion. That means that in cold water, even if it's a sunny day and you're almost too warm while paddling, if you end up in the water, you'll be in a very dangerous situation quickly if you're not properly protected. The air temperature is what you experienced most during your paddle, but your clothing needs to be sufficient to protect you if you end up in the water. Thus, dress for the water temperature, not the air temperature. This is actually something that can be one of the more difficult things for paddlers to balance, and actually is easier to handle in winter, in my opinion. When it's really cold in the air, and also in the water, you simply dress warm, and you're able to paddle comfortably without getting too warm. But as winter changes into spring, the water will still likely be dangerously cold, while air temperatures start getting much higher. And with the heat you generate while paddling, this is when it can really get tricky, as it may be warm in the air on a sunny day, but if you were to end up in the water, it might still not be many degrees above the freezing point. So the principle still remains: safety first and dress for immersion.